Back in Fremont for another amazing day of rail fanning. Now, I do apologize for the lack of content. With school, homework, and football, I've been very, very busy, but I will try to keep up with my schedule. First up is a coal train that pulled into the yard and stopped with the DPUs closest to the crossing. No reporting marks on these cars. They are all owned by UP. I believe they were dropping cars for the coal plant just a few miles up the track. Anyway, leading in was AC 44CW CTE 5635 and AC 44C6M 7315. In the rear was ET44AC 2688 and AC 44CW 7144. Trailing not far behind was a mixed freight stopping for a fresh crew. Leading the consist was SD70AH 8733 and then another SD70AH 8956 as well as AC 44CW CTE 5879. With a new happy crew on board, they gave us a great horn show. Soon after, another train came, this time a loaded coal, also headed down the Omaha sub. It had to stop and get a new crew, then it departed. In the lead was ES44AC 8085 with a fouled K5HL. train was loaded with the first half for CTRN, the Central Tennessee and Navigation Company, combined with UP leased cars, and two I hadn't seen, EDGX, Cars for Alliant Energy, and COLX, which also is for Alliant Energy. Seems strange to have two reporting marks for the same customer, but it's a mystery in the railroad world. Now what happened next really surprised me. The train started slowing down after it was starting to pick up speed, when it randomly went into emergency. I'm not sure what happened, but I was so excited and confused I forgot to film the rear DPU. I think it was an ES44AC-H. Guys, I am not sure what happened, but this coal train just went into emergency. I'm not sure, but all of a sudden it was picking up speed, doing fine, and all of a sudden it just started slowing down, and then it came to a complete stop. I have no idea what's going on. This 1x1 headed on the Omaha subdivision here in Fremont just came to a stop on track number 1. Now they're just releasing the brakes now, so this thing's gonna get moving. Let's see what happens. Next was another mixed freight also headed down the Omaha sub. It was stopping for a new crew, led by two ES44ACs, first 8088 and second 7944. I moved down to the other crossing when another train came, also headed to Omaha. It was the huge monster Wisconsin loaded coal, with the same units as last week in the lead. First original ES44AC 5432 and second extra cargo Northwestern AC 44CW 6672, with more doors open. In the middle was of course AC 44CW CTE 5706, ES44AC 7345, and ES44AC-H 2745. middle of the mixed freight was AC 44CW 6471. In the back was SD70 ACE 8580. Next was an Intermodal coming down from Blair with a red over green led by AC 44CW CTE 5733 and AC 44CW 6530. With a great crew on board, they held down the K5LLA for me. Trailing not far behind was an Autorack train, also with a red over green, led by SD70AH 9043 and ET44AC 2574. After that, yet another train came off the Blair sub, an empty coal train with another EMD leader, this time at SD70 ACE number 8604 and AC 44CW CTE 5897 with a great K5LLA. The train had reporting marks for MILX, the General Electric Rail Service Corporation, as well as CITX cars for PLM International Incorporated. In the rear was SD70AH 8836. Next was another train down from Blair, a mixed freight with another EMD leader, this time at SD70M, number 4393. Following that was SD70 ACE 8639, SD70AH 8908, a familiar loco GP38-2 516, AC44CW CTE 5950, and lastly AC44CW CTE 6033. Shortly after that, yet another train came off the Blair sub, a loaded hopper train going to stop for a new crew. It was led by ES44AC 8248 and ex-Southern Pacific AC 44CW 6264. Even this tired crew was nice enough to hold down the K5HL for me. In the rear was SD70AH 8874. The last train was on the BNSF, a loaded coal train headed for South Dakota with cars for BSPX and the Otter Tail Power Company. In the lead were two SD70 ACEs, first 9213 and second 9126. Sadly, the K5LLA was fouled and sounded like a one-chime F unit horn. In the rear was ES44 AC 6103. Well guys, that's going to wrap up the video for today. Thank you so much for watching. Please tune in next time where we catch all sorts of interesting stuff like SD70AH T4s, lots of big coal trains, foreign power, and all sorts of other stuff. Thanks so much for watching. From milepost 39 in Fremont, Nebraska, this is Union Pacific Omaha. Out.